Hi guys, I'm Derek with Iron Rock Off-Road and kind of going to talk to you about our new release of the Trail Tamer 2.0 monotube shocks. These are something that we've been really excited about. We've been working a long time on getting these things developed. They're made right here in the USA. They're a steel body monotube, super large piston, super large shaft, very, very well built. Going to be the most durable, longest lasting shocks you're going to find on the market today. We did not put a floating piston in there because we wanted to get the longest travel out of it. So we're going to get at least 1 inch to 2 inches longer travel than any of your typical monotube shocks. So really, really important so that you're going to be able to have the best experience you can while you're out there taking the Jeep out on the trails. So some of the hardware we're going to give you with these Trail Tamer 2.0 shocks is on the JLJT, we're giving a spacer that pushes that shock outboard, and that's going to get you more clearance against the frame. Otherwise, with this larger body tube, we're going to end up hitting the frame. This is going to give you the clearance you need to do that. Now, a lot of the unibody rigs, the XJs, TJs, WJs, these are all going to need bar pin eliminators. And we're going to include that in the kit. A really, really nice bar pin eliminator that's going to help that shock last as long as possible, make your mounting and installation as easy as possible. Then we give you some stickers that are going to come in and give you the ability to customize it to whatever color you like. We went with blue for my blue JL. But you can choose your color, put whatever you want on there, plus the rest of them can go in the toolbox or on the kid's bedroom door or whatever. So we're going to unbox these new Trail Tamer 2.0s and kind of show you what it's going to come with. So you're going to see it's a really nice looking shock. We've got it bound because it's nitrogen gas charged, so it's going to want to extend on you. That keeps it in the box nice and tight for you. And then you're going to see, the sticker sheet, of course, is going to be inside, ready for you guys to choose your colors. But we'll get this out and kind of show you a little bit about it. So we designed this thing to try and give you the best of the best with it. We're running a polyurethane bushing. We've got an aluminum machined end cap for the mounting. We've got an aluminum cap where the top of the shock comes together. And with that, you've got the ability to rebuild this, or even if you needed to retune it down the road, you can do that. We did all the work for you, so it's going to work great in your vehicle as it is. But for rebuilding or any fine tuning you might want to do, you can do that later. But we really built it so that it's going to work perfectly in your rig, and we're really, really excited to get you out there to try it. We also have another new shock that we brought on. We brought on some Fox shocks, and we're going to show you later in the video a nice comparison of this compared to the Trail Tamer and really get you a good feel of what to expect and what's going to be the shock for you to choose. So these are our Trail Tamer 2.0 shocks. These are the monotube shock, and we're using it all as a part of our full suspension system. So you're going to be able to see that it's a nitrogen charge, so it's refillable on the top. You're going to see the large shaft on the bottom, and again, it's a fully rebuildable shock. Going to come inside, a little tough to see behind the multi-rate springs, but we've got some hydraulic bump stops in there. Those are the Trail Tamer bump stops, and those things work fantastic. Again, they're fully rebuildable and fully tunable to what you want. When you get down in the front, and to try and keep the death wobble away that these JLs are known for, we put the Trail Tamer steering stabilizer on it, and that works absolutely phenomenal. Get no bump steer coming out of it using our Iron Rock steering system. We're all running this on my 2020 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon Unlimited. This thing's got the diesel in it. We're running 37-inch BFG all-terrains on it, and of course, our full front and rear long arm at 3.5 inches of lift. So we're going to go take it out, bomb it through the fields, and see exactly why these shocks are going to be a good fit for you. So we're cruising down the road, running our Trail Tamer 2.0 monotube shocks. These are the shocks that have been in my rig for probably the last 3 months or so, and I absolutely love them. I prefer a little firmer ride. I've ran some other shocks that have been a little too soft for me. These are, I'd say, a little firmer, but certainly not objectionably firm. I really like it. It gives me a real good feeling of control. I hit a bridge abutment or something like that, and I don't feel like I'm listing left and right. Keeps me nice and flat in a corner, and really, really works well. I mean, I tow stuff with the Jeep, lawnmower or utility trailer, ATVs, etc. Or I'll, have my family in here, and it's not that point when it's like, man, the people that I'm riding with are just gritting their teeth because it's so rough. It rides really, really nice. A little firmer than stock, but not a lot. And it handles the terrain and the trails awesome as well. So that's really what I like.
How does it feel when you run over a pothole?
So when I get into a situation when I run into a pothole or a real big difference in road height, I definitely feel it, but it's like a one hit. It's not kind of that feeling like you're in a basketball bouncing. It's bam bam, and it's smooth and steady, and again, really feels well controlled to me. We're just cruising down the road and trying to showcase exactly what these shocks are like. So we're doing about 30 miles an hour, and we're just going to come in and dip off the road, grab the road approach. And now we're just sitting here riding on the shoulder. It's no big deal, just sitting in the grass right next to the farm field. No big deal. Ride's super nice, super smooth. Don't hit the sign or that one. Whoop, little tight. Coming in hot. But you gotta have a little fun. And this is rough. This is rough. It was just cultivated, so this is going to be a hell of a rough ride for us. But not with these shocks. It's nice and smooth.
We're in the Midwest, so we do our testing in cornfields.
Some good old Minnesota cornfields for you.
I gotta say, it's pretty smooth. It's pretty comfortable.
Oh, there's a big one.
Oh, luckily those bump stops just soaked it up.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was a big one.
Oh, that's a big one. Wow, that was good. Some of those bumps I really thought were going to be rough, and I was amazed myself that this just soaked them up. Between the Trail Tamer shocks and the hydro bumps, it just smoothed everything right out. It was awesome. Hell of a fun ride.
I puckered up a little bit.
So we just got done testing our Trail Tamer 2.0 shocks. But right now we want to compare the two to the new Fox shocks that we're looking at. So both of them are 2.0 shock. This is the Fox IFP shock. This is an aluminum bodied shock. You're going to have very, very similar in physical attributes to it. But you're going to notice a couple of things. Just to start with, when you're looking at the Trail Tamer, that's a little bit longer. We've got longer travel. So we've got a 12-inch travel versus a 10.5 on the Fox shock. And our extended length is about half an inch longer on the Trail Tamer as well. And that's due to the fact that the Fox has got an internal floating piston, which potentially could be better for the ride. We'll see. We're going to do a test drive and show you that. But this has got an emulsion, so there is no floating piston. So we're going to get the maximum travel out of it. So we're really going to be able to get you the travel that you want to keep your tire down on the ground when you're out there on the trail. So you're going to notice a couple other things that are different. We're looking at the shaft size. Of course, they're very similar, but you look at the Trail Tamer, and we're looking at about a 710, 709 diameter on that. And we're going to be looking at about a 620 on the Fox. So about 80 thousandths bigger diameter on the Trail Tamer. So that should give you some more durability when you're taking it out and beating on that thing. You're going to notice another thing that the Fox does that's kind of nice is they've got a little bit of a jounce cushion on the end of the shock. So it's not going to work as a full bump stop, but kind of at the very, very top of your travel, it's going to help to keep it so that it doesn't smash too hard on there. Then on the opposite side, we're going to look at the kind of the bushing style that we've got. We've got these spacers that are set up on there to get to the diameter of the JL mounting on it. So you're going to see that the Fox is real centered. The shock has got equal size spacers on either side, whereas on the Trail Tamer, we've got biased at all one direction. And what that's going to do is allow that shock to be a little bit further away from the chassis, so you're not hitting the shock body on the frame when you're in the articulation. So we're going to take one of these out of the box just to kind of show you exactly how it's going to come right to you. Be all packaged up real nice like this. It'll be bound due to the fact that it's a nitrogen charged shock. But this is how it's going to open up. And now what we want to do is put it onto the vehicle and test it out, because really what matters is how does it feel when you're riding in it. So that's what we're going to find out next. Okay, so we've got our Fox shocks all installed, ready to go. We've had them on the rig for probably a month or two, and we just want to make sure we're giving you kind of a long-term test. it's really easy. We've all put parts onto our rigs, and we have that honeymoon period where it's like, oh my God, this is awesome. And then a week later, we're like, it's still pretty cool. And a month later, we're like, I don't like it at all. So this, we've got a couple months under it. We really know how they act. They ride really, really well. They soak up the big bumps nicely. They soak up the small bumps nicely. They're a really nice riding shock. They're definitely firmer than the OEM shocks, but it's nothing to be to the point of being objectionable. So we're gonna take you out, kind of hit you on the field here and see what you guys think. Hold on. Oh, shovel. So that was fun. Definitely gave it a chance to really try and bottom it out and run the suspension all the way through the cycles, and it did great. So the off-road is good, the on-road is good. Great shock. If it fits your needs, it's going to be a good choice for you, and we'll give you a nice comparison between the two of them. Woo! I think I might have caught air.
Yeah.
That was fun. Okay, we got done with all of our test drives now, so we're going to kind of give you a little bit of a comparison between the shocks, so that way when you're shopping for your Iron Rock off-road lift kit, you're going to have 4 or 5 choices on shocks to get, and we're going to help you to give you all the information you need to make the choice that works for you. So the Fox rode really, really nice. I'd call it a medium valving. You know, it's a little firm, but not overly firm, so it's going to give you some good control when you're out there driving on the road, driving on the trail. I think it's got an internal floating piston, so I think that gave it a little bit of advantage over the Trail Tamers on the small bumps, the bridge abutments and the road cracks. So that IFP was just able to kind of act a little quicker on those and helped on that. I think on the bigger sways, I think I had more control in the Trail Tamers, so I did like that better. But really, you can't go wrong with either of them. They're both a great shock. They're both going to treat you really, really well. And we've got a bunch of other shocks that you can choose from as well if you've got another preference. So check it all out on ironrockoffroad.com. You'll see what you're going to do. Next time I get the Jeep out, it's going to be out in Moab. And I'm going to switch back to the Trail Tamers because I'm going to want that extra travel. So that's going to help me to have a little more fun out on the trail, keep a tire in the contact with the ground, and hopefully get me over one more obstacle. So thanks. See you guys out on the trail.